off, now I'm winning again. Like I'm back, I'm a hell of a nigga. Bitch ass raps can't go to the church. Still got coat rats doing my digits. But through it all, been a great.
What's up, my guy? How you feeling, man? You alright?
Good to see you in the flesh.
Man, the flesh, finally, man.
Always good.
Been trying to catch up with you. So, I know who you is. Do me a favor and tell the people who you are real quick.
It's Kojo Da Reaper, the motherfucking hungry hyena, the Baltimore menace, the pioneer of this Baltimore drill shit.
Okay.
Put this shit on the map.
So do me a favor, you know I gotta ask, because you know this is what it's about, man. Where exactly are we at right now?
Man, we up top Belair Road, 5800, man, at the Sunnies. It's Northeast Baltimore, yeah.
And so you're originally from what cross street or what exactly block are you originally from?
Really the whole Belair Road, but right now we at Belair Glen, Belair White area.
Okay.
Yeah. The whole, I done lived all up and down here though, for real. I really can't say this where I'm from exactly. I done lived all up and down the whole
I know
Belair
you was telling
Road.
me it was like 7, 8 different blocks, you were saying.
Yeah, hell yeah. We done got evicted hella times. We done moved down. We used to live on Murray. We done lived on Sidell, that's down bottom Belair Road. We done lived up on Kenwood. We done, man, all up and down here for real.
Okay. So I see you got some of the fellas out here with you and shit like that, you know what I mean? Any of the fellas, you know what I mean? You wanted to introduce anything else like that?
Yeah, it's my nigga Rambo, man. He doing this thing right now, yo. This a real lure you hungry hyena, man. This one nigga I know ain't never gonna curse me or do no type fuck shit, man. He really be on his shit. You can check him out on YouTube, RBS Rambo. My man Shy Swick right here. This my nigga since day one. Huge facts. My nigga Kane. It's my right hand right here. He ready to get on the music shit real soon. Huge facts. My nigga J-Rock just came home. Took them 2 years on the chin. Beat them 7 bodies. Huge, no exaggeration. 7 motherfucking bodies. I ain't lying to you. My nigga Blue right here. He's a fucking nightmare, yo. You see him run. He visiting us right now. This little nigga stay in jail, man. He visiting us right now. Huge facts. Yeah.
So you know, growing up in Baltimore, you know, the Northeast area, you know what I mean? We go through good and bad things all the time, you know, so I definitely want to touch into some of those things, you know what I mean? So before we get into some of the bad things, I would say what would be a good thing, if any good things from growing up, or, you know what I mean, upbringing, the childhood, anything else of that nature, any good memories from around here as far as, you know what I mean, whether it be homeboys that's missed or things of that nature, you know what I mean?
Man, we had a lot of good memories, man. We had fun around this motherfucker. It wasn't no, you see a lot of niggas get on interviews and they get to talking about all the bad shit and highlighting all the, you feel me? They get to acting like they might be from fucking Arkansas or wherever, and they get to talking like they city to. See, I don't gotta get in my interviews and talk about how bad shit is. You can look that shit up. Yeah. Baltimore speak for itself. You can Google that shit. But we you feel me? We had good times around here, man. We
What would be your most notable memory from around here? If I had to ask, like one of your most notable memories.
I'd probably say like summer 2017 through 19, just out here summertime, all of us posted up. You feel me? Just out this bitch dragging for real. Every day, every night. You know, summertime and yeah, everybody was out shit, you feel me? Yeah, shit done changed since then though. A lot of niggas done got booked, a lot of niggas done got killed, moved. You feel me? But yeah, like I said, like summer 2017, 18, 19, shit was that.
So what would be some of the bad memories then, you know what I mean? Because we all have some of the bad memories, you know what I mean? Because I know you just said you had lost a couple of good brothers, you know what I mean? Things of that nature.
Nah, just being around here fucked up, man. Like taking the bus up and down the 15, the Brown, you feel me? Out this bitch starving, hungry, you feel me? Like when I used to live around here, just being fucked up for real. But besides that, it was what I made it for real. Like I ain't never looked at it like the bad times or, you feel me, what a nigga was going through, because that was just what I was used to growing up hella poor. You feel me? End of the month food stamps done ran out. Just that's what I was used to for real. So at the time I wasn't never really looking at it like, you know, them was the bad times. It was just what I was accustomed to. But now looking back on it, I say those was like the worst memories around here. Just being fucked up, not having a fucking dollar, literally not a dollar. You feel me? Whole family can't go to nobody, ask them, yo, I need $5, I need $10, because everybody fucked up. So I say those was the
some of the worst days.
Worst memories, just walking up and down this bitch all night looking for a lick. Ain't nobody out, can't find nothing. We probably done robbed the nigga, he ain't even got shit on him because he broke. You feel me? So I say,
what's life like in Baltimore? So I, you know what I mean? I was leading right into that.
The way life like in Northeast, it's really kind of what you make it for real. Like thinking back, a lot of niggas I done grew up with, they was probably really like good kids in school. Like they probably, when we graduated from middle school, they was getting A's and B's. They was like good kids, but you fast forward a couple years later, you might see them niggas on Murder Inc. or on the news or
facts,
you feel me? They done killed somebody or they really done got in the mix. Like that's just how it is in Baltimore, Northeast in particular, cause the city really just change you. Like it ain't really like you got no control over it or you control what go down. It's just the environment. Like that's all that's around. You really might be a good kid. Like you really might
just put you in some fucked up situations.
Have a good heart, but you feel me being fucked up like that, and like you said, it put you in some fucked up predicaments, some fucked up situations. You put your back against the wall. You gotta do what you gotta do. And like I said, this kids I done grew up with, they was really good kids in middle school.
That's
fast forward a couple years later, they
be killing in the streets.
That's how Baltimore is, and you know, shit just different here. Like I go to a lot of other cities and I see what they call the hood and shit. Like that should really be relevant, because what they call the hood or what they think really that, I look at it in retrospect to Baltimore, it's like, man, this shit is corny. This shit ain't nothing. Like just the other day, I'm outside with my mother. We sitting on the porch and shit. Niggas started shooting at the end of the block. It was I think it was like a quadruple shooting. It was like 4 or 5 people that got shot. Tell me why nobody moved, because we just used to that shit. Like niggas just started shooting, just
sitting there.
Nobody moved. The other people that's outside on their porch or the people that was outside walking and shit, they just ain't nobody take off running or S off or none of that. It was
everyday shit.
It was just normal. It's everyday shit. They used to that shit. They used to hearing gunshots. They used to, you feel me, niggas getting busy. That's just how it is, yo. It's only a few cities I feel like really can relate to Baltimore. You feel me? Not shitting on other cities, but like, I feel like the only cities that can really understand the level of how fucked up it is here is like New Orleans, St. Louis, Chicago, Detroit, maybe some parts of New York, but that's Philly. That's it for real though. Like, shit, a different level of fucked up here.
So leading into that, so I know, you know, me and you Crip. So what realistically, the streets and everything, I'm assuming, and lifestyle led you around to that realistically, but I know there's not a lot of blood. There is a few, but there's not a lot of Bloods and Crips throughout our city more. So that's like more of a West Coast thing, but it's transitioned to an East Coast thing. But what would you say is the relationship like, and how you feel about the whole spectrum?
I mean, it's a big thing now. Before, well, I say probably around like, it probably started around like 2015, 16, and then by like 2018, that shit had got big. Like the whole city, like, I mean, our biggest gang is J's, BGF. That's like, it's really a prison gang. Any nigga that done been to prison, any state in America, he know what BGF is. Black Gorilla Family. But Baltimore, the only city where that shit is a street gang. So our biggest gang is really BGF. But like I said, like around like 2015, it kind of got big, and then by 2018, it was a whole
like
lot bigger.
It was like
a thing. Like it's normal to run into a Blood or a Crip in Baltimore, but a lot of my followers and my supporters and shit, they be surprised when I tell them like Bloods and Crips don't really beef like that no more. Like that's
I got some family that's both in
this ain't the 80s and the 90s no more. I got family members that's Blood and you feel me? We don't we keep the stat with you. I done beef with more Crips in my life than I have Bloods. Like that's just how it is out here. But the way I got into it was just growing up in the neighborhood I grew up in. A lot of niggas I was hanging around was Crippin'. We was already into the same shit and we was doing the same shit. So I was already affiliated with the shit. So, you know, I had just decided to go through with it and get initiated and all that. So, yeah. But yeah, that color banging shit is dead for real. I got Blood niggas I'm cool with. My Uncle Blood.
Nah, I got homeboys, we go out, like literally, like I done been out and we done been in the same section, all that shit, like you said, it's became less of a color thing and more like you said, more of a respect thing and things of that nature.
Hey, you know? I got Blood niggas I love to death. It ain't about no, you feel me? Yeah, it be more so on some personal shit.
So, what would you say, you know what I mean, I know we about to walk through the neighborhood, you're gonna take us down the street in a little bit, you know, but before we go there, what would you say separates you from most of the rappers in our city?
The thing with a lot of Baltimore rappers is they kind of try to appeal to the demographic of Baltimore or the DMV. Like they speak on shit or like they lyrics would be about some shit a Baltimore nigga know about or a Baltimore nigga can feel. I try to appeal to everybody for real. And another thing is, we really got a lot of talent here. Like Baltimore,
that's a fact, bro.
We really ain't had that spotlight shined on L City.
Yeah, it's coming.
Where niggas, it's definitely coming.
It's here.
We got the talent here. Like I look at these other cities' rap scenes, I'm like, yo, they really not fucking with Baltimore. But the thing is, niggas here be so in the mix. They don't. The music be like a hobby to them. Like these niggas is full-time killers and shooters and fucking drug dealers.
Most of the people that was about to make it or literally was on the brink of it, it's either jail or rest in peace, Lil Scooter. You know what I'm saying? It be shit like that happen in our city all the time, bro. Like sure enough, like I've known a couple rappers that was literally like right there. And they either rest in peace to them or they either got locked up. You know what I'm saying? It's just because like you said, they're out there, they living this shit every day, realistically. Like you said, it's a hobby a lot of times that they trying to turn into a full time.
I really can't name too many Baltimore rappers who look at this rap shit as a full-time hobby. Like, I mean a full-time like career. Like a lot of these niggas, it'd be a hobby. Like I said, these niggas is really in a mix every day. They get around to making music when they can. These niggas are not consistent. They'll drop a song every couple months. They might drop a project every 2 years. Man, these niggas is in the streets full time, but or they getting booked, they're getting killed. But I feel as though if Baltimore really like applied themselves and really locked in and went full throttle with this shit, man, we've been on the map because the talent is here. We got more talent than anybody for real. Keep the stat.
We about to talk
about that. Fuck them Atlanta niggas. Fuck all them other cities, man. That shit is here.
Nah, our city definitely got to shine. It's definitely our time, I ain't gonna lie, like, cause I done been doing this for a little while, and I've seen artists transition, a lot of artists throughout the city. Like, I done worked with every artist in the city, even Lil Scooter down to Skull, everybody as far as, you know what I mean, anybody, you know what I mean? Whether they have a name or not, it's not even about that, you know what I mean? It's a lot of talent out here, real shit, though, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I know we're gonna walk up the street a little bit, walk through the neighborhood a little bit, touch a little bit more on your musical background and you know what I mean? How you started all this. All right. So you know, so we on the northeast side, you know what I mean? On your side, right here on Glenarm and Belair. You know, I gotta bring up basically. So how did you originally start music, man? Like how old were you? You know what I mean? Like, give me the nitty gritty. Like, how'd you start? Was you at the booth with somebody and you just jumped in there? You know what I'm saying?
Man, I was like 17. I was in high school. My main man, like my right hand man, is a nigga Chris. He was doing music, and he the way he was doing it was phony for real. Like he didn't go to the studio. He used to write the raps down and then record it on his phone. Like he had played the beat off YouTube and then recorded off his phone, and he ain't even posted on SoundCloud or YouTube or nothing. Like
So he was just rapping for in the house tape.
Yeah, and he'll send it to everybody through Messenger. Like he'll just send it to everybody individually.
What that was?
And
like
I was
2010.
Fuck no, this was like late 2016, early 2017. But the thing is, when he was doing that, he was getting love. Like me and him was together every day. It was niggas running up to him in the hallways, bitches, all that. Like, yo, I really fuck with your music. I like what you doing, da 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 da. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. I wasn't on no hating shit or nothing like that, but I was like, yo, that's crazy, all the love he getting. And I know I can do this shit way better, so I kind of started getting into music. And I always kind of been in it because my father, he
How
grew
old
up
was
with
that when you first started getting into it?
I was like 17.
Okay.
And my father, he always been in the music and shit. He grew up with the Wu-Tang Clan. Like they grew up in the same projects. They was in the streets together hustling.
So your father originally from New York?
Hitting licks. Yeah, my father from New York.
Okay.
My whole family from New York, for real. I'm the first one born in Baltimore.
Okay.
And he grew up with the whole Wu-Tang Clan. Like they really.
That's lit.
I used to see them when I was kids and shit. They'd come through the house, all that. So I always kind of had a little bit of a musical inspiration, but when my man was getting all that love, I'm like, yo, I could be doing this shit. Like, cause really the lifestyle always enticed me and wanted me to go further with the music shit. So when he was getting all that love and bitches was coming up to him and hella niggas in the hallways like, yo, I fuck with your music, how you doing your thing? I'm like, yo, I could take this shit way further. So I started rapping this shit.
Really going to the
my
booth
shit
and shit.
Took off. Like I dropped my first song, Leveled Up. That shit did like 30,000 views in the first like 2-3 weeks. And shit just took off from there.
No promo or nothing. Just when you drop.
Just me at school, like, yo, follow me on SoundCloud, da da da. Post my shit on YouTube. Man, my shit, yeah. So that's really how I got into music. But yeah, I still rock with Yo though. We still cool. He still
do music, or he don't?
He still do music, but his shit ain't really. I mean, yeah, he still do music. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So speaking on that, have you worked with any artists in the city, or realistically, is there any artists you would like to work with realistically in the city, or even in the city and major? Let's say both.
I plan on I plan on dropping a Baltimore mixtape song.
Okay.
For real, like once my shit really on, I plan on dropping a tape with all Baltimore features. Like every song, I got a feature with somebody. It might be Moose on one track, Tech on the next track, Shorty, Roddy, Rax, whoever. Like all Baltimore, or even my nigga Rambo right here, Shy Sweat, Kane, all that. You feel me? Like all Baltimore track. Cause once I'm on, and I'm in that spotlight. I want to put the spotlight on everybody else. You feel me? But as far as industry, I want the Migos was a big inspiration to me. Like the Migos, that's who really got me into music. Like I really fuck with the Migos. So doing a song with the Migos, that should be like iconic. That should be monumental.
Oh, bringing that up. So I know you had connections with XX. I don't know how to say his name.
XXXTentacion, yeah.
I apologize. Rest in peace to my guy, but I don't.
Yeah, R.I.P. man. He died. He was only 20. He had so much potential, but yeah, yo, I had the pleasure. I spoke to him like 2-3 times. He I was in Miami, and I was on the beach. I was just playing basketball. We was talking and shit. One dude I was playing basketball with, you know, while we was playing, we was talking and shit. And I had brought up the Florida, you know, rap scene. And he was talking about Kodak, Ski Mask, Slump Dog and all that. And I had mentioned X, and he was like, yo, I used to go to high school with him, da da da. Like, we was really tight in high school. So me and y'all was hooping with. We had wound up kind of like locking in. We had exchanged that with Instagrams and shit. And so when I had went back to Baltimore, we kept talking. He was really fucking with my music heavy, so I guess he had sent it to X. And then like a couple days later, X had hit me in the DM like, yo, I really fuck with your music, da da da.
That's what's up.
You hard, this, that, and the third. And at this time, X is probably like the biggest rapper in the world. Like X was really hot.
Yeah, he was hot.
Then he died like 2 weeks later, and I was like, yo, that's crazy. Like that could have really been something huge for me. Like if me and X, because we was already locked in. We had talked a few times. We was cool. He was really fucking with my music, and he had died a couple weeks later. That shit.
And then same thing. So and then you recently I seen you close with Jimmy Wappo, was close with, rest in peace, you know what I mean?
Yeah, R.I.P. man. Jimmy Wappo was my nigga, man. That shit was a real eye opener. Like me and Jimmy Wappo, I ain't gonna say we was like the bestest of friends, but we was really like, we was definitely locked in. Like that was my nigga, man. He came down here to Baltimore in like, I say like 2016, before he had really blew up. And I had went to one of his shows and I had called him on like the close-up tip. And we had got to talking and shit. We had exchanged each other's info, and yeah, we ever since then we was locked in. And then he died in 2018, and that shit was an eye opener. Like that shit hurt. Like Jimmy Wappo was the one nigga I always said, like, can't get touched in a way. Like when I saw him got killed, that was like, yo, anybody can get it, cause that nigga was on that. Like he ran his whole hood. He had that whole shit in compliance. So if he got touched, man, anybody can get it. Jimmy Wappo was he was that, and I had went to his funeral. Crazy thing is, niggas be always talking about like next up. This person was next up. You feel me? He was right there. He was that close to making it. Jimmy Wappo, bro, when I went to his funeral, his baby mother was like 8-9 months pregnant. Her stomach was out here. His mother and his father told me like, yo, he had already talked to, he was planning on moving out LA. His mother and his father told me like he had already put the down payment on the house, all that. He just wanted his baby to be born in Pittsburgh.
Thanks.
So he was just waiting for the baby to be born in Pittsburgh, and then he was gonna move out of LA. He was that close, like on some real shit. If they would've, and he was about to go on tour with Taylor Gang, Wiz Khalifa and them. If they'd have waited another week to kill him,
he would have already been gone on.
He'd have been alive till this day. I swear to God, he was that close. But yeah, yo, that shit hurt, man. He had hella talent. He was right there for real.
So if I had to ask you, do you feel like you're underrated, or do you feel as though you're the hottest thing coming out of our city?
Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm the hottest thing coming out of Baltimore. Like a lot of, like I was saying earlier in the interview, a lot of Baltimore niggas, they kind of appeal to just Baltimore. Like I'm keep the stat. It's Baltimore rap that's bigger than me. It's a few of them, probably 2 or 3, but I got a bigger fan base outside of Baltimore than any other rapper. Like these niggas just appeal to Baltimore. I got fans in fucking Cali, overseas, France, Paris, all that shit. You feel me? So the thing that separates me is my shit is authentic. My shit is raw and authentic. Anything you see, you can look up. Anything you see with me, you can look up. All my niggas done got and booked and indicted and for some serious shit. It ain't no faking shit over here. Like all my niggas they done did time. They done really put in work. These niggas be bluffing. My shit is dead. You hear me? Like there ain't no bluffing shit over here.
Nah, I seen you going off the one day on Instagram and shit.
Man, I stay giving it to him on Instagram.
All right, so since you've been doing music, man, how many projects have you dropped?
I ain't dropped no project. I plan on dropping my first project next month, the Underdog T.
So my question is, right? I mean, I got an idea, but why you calling it the Underdog?
Because I just feel like I done put a lot of thought into the name of the tape, and I just feel like the Underdog embodies me the best, because that's really what I am. Like, I'm the underdog. I wasn't supposed to come from shit. Everybody in my family, everybody done grew up around, they not really shit. They done, you feel me? They done they done became a product of their environment. I'm not gonna let that happen. So I'm the underdog. I done accomplished more shit, and really before I was even 21, then the people, my peers and my family, have accomplished in their whole life. So
nah, facts. Like I was one of the first people to graduate, walk the stage for my family. So
I was too. I was the first person to graduate from high school in my whole family.
Yeah.
So that's why I called it the underdog. The odds was stacked against me, and I still knocked that shit down. Like I said in my song, Underdog, I lined all my goals up and demolished them bitches. Huge facts.
Nah, that's a fact. That's in the song? That's in one of the songs?
Yeah, Underdog.
Okay.
The song.
So how would you describe your music? If somebody's never heard your music, how would you describe your music?
I say it's like this is the thing with me. I always try ask everybody around me like, yo, who would you say I sound most like, or who would you compare my sound to? And I can never get a question. I can never get an answer. My bad. I think my sound's so original. It really don't. Nobody really got an answer for it. But I say it's kind of like a Chicago drill / New York drill with that Baltimore flavor on it.
That's different.
You know, we live in a time now where everybody biting off everybody else. Like Baltimore really don't got a sound. Like we kind of sound like everybody else, but my sound like this Baltimore drill shit. I put this shit on the map. It's kind of like a mixture of everything. You can't listen to my music and say he sound like this person, he sound like that person, he sound like anybody else.
I definitely heard a couple of your songs, and it don't sound you don't sound. You can't be like yo from Baltimore.
Exactly.
You start saying distinctive words.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only way they start really depicting people and stuff like that from Baltimore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with the movement, is it a movement? Is it a conglomerate? Or
it's
what
definitely
exactly?
a movement. Yo, you look back at my first video about that action, my Forever Thuggin' and About That Action video back in 2018. We shot that bitch November 2018. Yo, before then, you can't find no video with 20, 30 niggas posted up in the living room, hella straps out. No video in Baltimore was doing that.
Yeah.
Since I dropped that bitch, you look at like videos from 2019, 2020, hella niggas started doing that. I started this drill shit. I started that shit. Niggas looked at my video and was like, yo, we gotta get on what you on. The only video that come remotely close to that is Moose, Young Moose posted. They had a couple straps out, but it wasn't like my shit.
Nah, that one video it do look like some Chicago, some Detroit ass.
Niggas in Baltimore wasn't doing that shit. Yeah, exactly.
You ain't lying, man.
Yeah.
So where we at right now, man? This is a different store I see on
right
the
now. Right now we at Belair and Murray. Yeah, it's 2 blocks down from the Sunnies. This where I like I said, I done lived on this block, Murray. I done lived on this block, Kingsway. Bro, I done lived on like 8, 9 different blocks on Belair Road. But right now we at the Marathon.
Okay.
Any nigga from Belair Road gonna know what the Marathon is.
So listen, man. Thank you for showing me love, man.
Of
you
course,
know why
man,
we here, man.
Yeah.
It's real rap around the world, man. Thank you, fellas, for taking us around the way, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But you know why we here. So I'm gonna step out the way, let you and the fellas stand here. I'm gonna let you do your thing, good brother.
Yeah.
Until next time, man.
Course,
I can't
man.
wait to hear the
Definitely
project, man.
appreciate you.
I can't wait to hear the project, man.
This shit gonna do numbers.
I said I'm still in the kitchen standing over the stove. You think a nigga whipping eggs the way I'm beating this cold. From the county to the city, got him leaning up dope. It's back cracking, nigga, back selling crack in your zone. Ain't no nigga gave me shit, I came and snatched in the throne. And when I'm back inside the trenches, when I feel I'm at home. That's the bitches you cuffing for me, she sucking the post. Know your girl weave cheek, cause I be all in the throat. Woo! Hit you with no song, I'm put your name on the stone. Woo! Play the beef, eat that down to the bone. So many wrong moves, bang the chrome, send this nigga home. All that shooting out of cuz shit, we don't condone. Cause I'ma run down the phone, you gon' put your brain in the scope. I'm the hungry hyena, I drop a bag just to clean up. She say I'm perfect in her eyes and she can't wait till I see it. But you don't wanna have a meeting with the motherfucking Reaper. Please, you don't want this a beef you can handle. I'll put your ass in the sky and have your family brigades. I'm feeling good today, I might go buy a house in Atlanta. Who the hell made you think you was up to my standards? Any bitch I put my eyes on, swear to God I can land it. If everybody ain't eating, nigga, I don't need me a plate. I stood on all 10 of my toes when I was in that cage. These shoes facts and ain't no horn inside my DNA. Bitch say she love me, bitch, you don't even know my real name. I got 30 different hoes in 30 different states. And every one of them bitches wishing they could see me today. Razor box all on my table came from cutting the cane. These niggas stopping pills, I need an op to feel my pain. I'm a pit amongst poodles, I drop a bag just to do you. Get up on the bow. Not the sauce out your noodles. Gotta do some G on That's right there. So you don't wanna go to war with a hyena. I'm a dog, I abuse you.
The hungriest hyena.
Yeah. You know what the fuck it is, man. The hungry hyena, man. Kojo Da Reaper, we out here. Use fact. Appreciate my nigga coming through, man. This up top Belair Road, man. This what this shit about, man. So yeah, look at my hood, man. You see what this shit about. Use facts.
I never liked you strapped on rap. Box in the party, we came with the rats. You know that I ain't never done with that. He throwing me up cause he's tough in his cash. His goofy ass gonna be tough in his cash.